Hi, my name's Brandon Caffel. I'm a PE and Sports Coaching Science third year student at the University of Worcester. One of the main things that really appealed to me to study at the University of Worcester was the vast amount of sports facilities in the city that the university work in close partnership with to offer placements and experiences to all sports students. So for example, we have the Worcester County Cricket Club situated about a 10-minute walk down the road from the university. We have Worcester Warriors Rugby Club, and they're now also hosting football matches as Worcester Raiders. The Worcester Hockey Club. We have our basketball and netball based here at the University Arena, as well as the Worcester Rowing Club that's just situated over the river.
Hi everybody, my name's Claire. I'm a recent graduate here from the university and I'm now lucky enough to work here. Welcome to Worcester. We are now stood on Riverside Campus, which is where home for our arena, which is home for our Worcester Wolves and Seven Stars netball and basketball franchises. And just to let you know a little bit about where we sit, we're right by the River Severn here. From here you can actually see our city campus where the McClellan Centre, our wellbeing hub is set, and also there's some accommodation over there, and we're about a 10-minute walk from the city of Worcester. So as you can see, although we're on different campuses, we are all quite close and in easy walking distance. What we're going to do now is just show you around the arena just so you can see what facilities we have here.
We're currently walking into our Richmond Suite where events such as the Worcester Walk Presentation Evenings held.
It's also a room where we have our lectures, so you might have your seminars up here where you discuss things in groups, and then you'd go down onto the court and put it into place in a practical situation. So the arena here, as you can see, is set up. We've got 3 full-size basketball netball courts. It's used in the daytime for academic lectures, and then in the evenings it's used with our Bucks teams, and then on weekends it's converted into a 2,000-seater arena for our Seven Stars and Worcester Wolves games.
Downstairs, as well as the academic delivery rooms, we also have a strength and conditioning suite and ice baths and changing rooms for all of our university teams, which we're going to go and show you now.
We're going to walk downstairs now and have a look at the court side and the extra facilities here at the arena. While you walk around, you'll see that the arena is built with inclusion at the forefront. So all the doors are extra wide for extra access, wheelchairs. And as you can see as we walk down the stairs, all the events that we've held here over the year. My favourite international netball game being netball craft. Now I'm going to hand you over to Annalise for a tour of our arena.
Hi, I'm Annalise. I'm a second year sports therapy student. You just want to come with me, I'll take you to the court of the arena. So as explained already, this is where most of the seminars physically happen over this side of the campus. And often we have our training sessions for the elite athletes here, which covers the EPL teams, basketball, and Seven Stars, the female netball. So we can actually walk on here, it's all automatic, so the lights come on. This is just a way of our university saving energy. We've also got the seats here, where when this in the evening will change into an arena, this will fit 200 people for viewing. I'll take you further into the changing rooms, which are quite nice because there's ice baths in there too. Which is a personal favourite for the athletes because after training they often go in here and just soothe their muscles. So let me take you over to the changing rooms, which are available to all students. Just want to follow me. Hello.
So in here we have the university ice baths as well as the massage chairs. These are normally used for our university sports teams. So for example, men's football may have a training session in here, or men's cricket, or men's rugby, women's basketball. Everybody gets to use these facilities. And it's to make sure that our athletes and our performers are at optimum performance for their Bucks games, which are normally held on a Wednesday afternoon. Now I'm going to take you over to the strength and conditioning suite, where Claire's going to be talking to you about the facilities that we have in there, who gets to use them and how they can improve our athletes and our trainers' performance.
Hello, welcome to our strength and conditioning suite. Come on in. So Mark, our Director of Strength and Conditioning, this is where he's based. And this is where our performance athletes can come and do their programmes. So Mark will write programmes up specifically for our performance athletes and also our scholarship athletes. This is also where Worcester Wolves and Seven Stars do a lot of their S&C. So as you can see, it's got all the equipment you need. It's also got spongy flooring, so that when you drop weights, it just bounces. And there's lots of space and lots of equipment for you to use. You can book it out on your own and book programs with the staff here. So if there's anything that you'd like to work on, they will help you with your programs. It's all air conditioned, so it's nice and cool. And it's quite a popular place to come if you're one of our scholarship athletes. Of course, the students aren't on site at the moment, so that's why it's a bit quiet, but we will get you back on site when the students are here so you can see it working in full. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to go back outside. And I'll tell you a little bit about the Riverside building. So across the road from the arena, we've got the Riverside building, and that's where we've got our dance studio and our physical activity hall. We've also got an open learning space, which has got access to computers, so if you want to do your work, there's lots of space you can do there. It's also got a performance analysis suite upstairs, so if you're just studying performance analysis as part of your course, all the maps are up there for you to use, and that's where Jamie's office is, and he's our technician for performance analysis. We can't go in Riverside today because it's actually being used as a testing site for our students for COVID. So as you can see, it looks quite busy, but it's where our students can go get tested at the moment. So this is Riverside Campus. What we're going to do now is we're going to walk you up to St John's Campus so you can see just how close it is. Okay, then let's go to St John's Campus.
We're now currently on St John's campus. This is the main campus for the university, and this is where most facilities and lectures will be based. In my first year of university I was based here on the accommodation, which is just on the side of our campus. I participated in sports clubs such as men's cricket and men's football, where our training was held on Mondays and Fridays, and that helped to break up my lectures and my experience as a student. Most of the lectures I had were here, as well as the arena, with the specialist facilities that they had to offer, such as the adaptive sports equipment being used in some of my lectures regarding adapted sport and disability sport as a whole. The car parks that are based around the campus, there's quite a few for everyone to choose from. Closer to the accommodation, there's a place for visitors to park. So just make sure that everyone's got a space so you can get in even if you're not on campus. You can drive in and make sure you're in the lecture on time. We also have the Sheila Scott building where some physiotherapist students may study. So what was your experience like in first year?
My first year at the University of Worcester was great. I met people from all kinds of walks of life. I was actually living over there in the Houseman flat, so yeah, it was lovely. Very tight-knit living. There's cleaners that come out, so the mess is always cleared.
Did you start your society experience in first year?
I wasn't part of any societies.
Okay.
Although there was a lot of people in the accommodation that were.
Yeah.
Netball specifically, I know it's a really popular one amongst students. Where they'd get together, and often we'd have parties together and just have a good time. So regardless of being part of a society or not, you still have that experience. Yeah, exactly. So
where are most of your lectures normally held then as a dance student? Sports therapy student?
It's sports therapy for me, that's right. Although I did come from dance background, you're not wrong there. Well, most of mine are in the St John's campus. We'll move over to there soon because we actually have our own clinic where we do a lot of practical base. Although we do spend time in the laboratories and taking tests, etc. My favourite is to be in the clinic and just be hands-on.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic, we were looking at treatments on members of the public, which is great work experience, and this goes on throughout the whole of your degree. So actually you kind of gain that 3 years of work experience under your belt.
So would you say that practical experience is helping you to almost be ready as soon as day one comes after your graduation?
I do, yeah, I think it boosts your confidence
Yeah.
with dealing with clients. And just, you get the feel for it a lot better if you're doing it practically anyway.
You almost feel like with the experience you've got, related to my course as well, we have a lot of coaching experience where kids come in and professionals come in, so you feel ready to get out and stuck into the world of sport.
Yeah, definitely.
As soon as we finish with our graduation.
I don't know about you, but the tutors as well here, they've just got so many experiences.
Yeah.
And when you're doing practicals with them, you're able to just share that.
Yeah, and with the personal academic tutor system we've got at the University of Worcester, it almost feels like not an impersonal experience, but you have someone to go to if you need that support.
Yeah, and you become really close with them as well.
Yeah.
I find.
I think that's...
Alright then, so this is the sports centre at the St John's Campus. There's usually some sport assistants like myself who are happy to just help out and provide a service of putting out equipment that's necessary for lectures and seminars, which can be booked out to the sports facilities. And this space down here, this is where the sports court is. Currently there is a seminar going out in a minute. I think I managed to just get a little bit of a... We might be able to get a sneak peek.
That hall used to be the home of the Worcester basketball team until they actually moved down to the arena you guys have just seen. So we're going to show you guys our gym now.
And those basketball hoops are still there, so it's often used for training also.
This is our student gym, which is free for everyone who lives on campus accommodation as well as the city campus. Doesn't matter what first year accommodation you're living in, even if it's university managed housing, you guys get free membership in the first year. We have lots of facilities in here just to make sure that every single muscle group and every type of athlete is catered for. You guys can use this whenever you want, and you can use whatever you want. As downstairs was more of our strength-based area and our weight training, this is more of the cardio area where we have our treadmills, our cross trainers and our rowing machines. I'll let you take over on the sports therapy side.
Brilliant, thank you. So then this is the balcony. This is access at the minute, which is quite this is nice little balcony. You can actually see seminars and lectures taking place. These are the things that we use. We're also responsible for finding and maintaining confidentiality. So it's great practice, like we were speaking about. It's very much suited to a clinic. So we've got like the shirts up, and we've got anatomy planted around. Sanitisation stations are put in place at the minute. This is currently closed, although it's being used by elite athletes specifically because of the pandemic, which means that we are happy to cater for elite athletes specifically by giving free treatments to students, because we're very keen on increasing performance among the athletes, and we take that very seriously. And also take you over here because we've created a waiting area. So give you the full experience. Come up here, clients, and then they're seated here, and we take them through the typical clinic experience where we take the confidentiality address, etc. That's filed away, and then in the future, if they come back, we've got files already there for them. Other than that, that's very much the clinic. It's one of my favourite places to be on the sports therapy course. Like yourself, have you ever been here?
We normally, as a PE and sports coaching student, a lot of our lectures are downstairs where we'll learn about application of fundamental movement skills, how we can help children and pupils learn about these and enhance these in lessons. The next place we're going to take you to is the performance labs, where we've got a little video of one of our technicians explaining exactly the ins and outs of our labs. Have you started your placements this year at all? Have you been had any experience outside of uni?
Not as of. In second year, we're very much kind of preparing for that. So we have the internal clinic at the university.
Yeah.
But then on our third year, that's when we go into looking at placements. So for example, there's ones that you reach out to outside of the university that are happy to take you on. But we actually have them at the university. So for example, the female basketball team, the elites and the 7 stars, they need sports therapists too.
Yeah.
So there's often that will be placements with them. Which is often talked about actually. I'm looking forward to doing that myself. Just an extra experience. You get really comfortable with the athletes as well. I'm just seeing bumped into them recently, and then suddenly you're treating their ACLs. Yeah.
So just over there, as we're walking to the labs, you can see our Students' Union, and that's normally the place where a lot of our students will go to socialise. There's a bar upstairs, there's a social area downstairs where you can bring your laptop and learn about you could do your reading activities or any study that you've been given throughout the week.
Yeah, I also find it's actually quite a safe place. If you're coming into Worcester and you're new to the area, it's a really safe place to get social and drink and have a good time because it's 24/7 security on campus.
I mean, that's why I met half of my friends.
Was it?
Yeah, you make friends through accommodation, but when you go to events, quizzes or karaoke night, it's just little fun things that make you. They make you start socialising with other people. That's what university is about.
Yeah.
You get your degree, but not only that,
Networking as well.
You're making sure that you make new friends that will eventually last a lot.
Exactly.
So we're just going to go for our time now, so it's mounted back on. We'll be back with you in about 2 minutes. Inside here are human performance labs, which can be used for independent studies as well as lectures, speaking about the fundamentals of movement and making sure we're using the fitness testing to make sure that our athletes are in optimum potential.
Yeah, we've used this as well previously in sports therapy, where we've taken tests. We won't be under the investigation of how certain foods impact sport performance, and we're taking bloods. It's really exciting in here actually. You'll really enjoy seeing it. Shall we go ahead and go in?
Yeah, why not?
Cool.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Sports Performance Labs. My name is Matt Davis and I'm a lab technician here at Worcester University. I'd like to take a moment today just to talk to you a little bit about what we do here at Worcester and show you around our amazing facilities and some of the equipment. So this is our BATAC wall, which is used for reaction time testing. So I'll have a little go just to show you what it actually does. I'm not very good at this. As you can see, I'm really not very good at this one, but I've got 11 points here as I've hit the lights as they've lit up, and the timer here is still running up to 60 seconds. Our current record is around 105 in 60 seconds, so feel free to come and have a go and see if you can beat our top score. Here we have two of our cycle ergometers, the Watt Bike and a Monarch cycle ergometer. We can use these for time trial tests, we can use them for sprint tests, and if you've heard about it, you might want to try the dreaded Wingate test. Absolutely fantastic, maximal effort for 30 seconds, but it's not very pretty afterwards. This strange looking contraption is known as a Douglas bag system. We use this to monitor gas exchange, usually during exercise and at rest. Once all of our gas is collected in the individual bags, we would move them over to here, where we have a Servomex, which will measure the oxygen and carbon dioxide content of the gas, as well as a Harvard dry gas meter and gas evacuating facilities. This is our metallizer unit. It's a gas sampling machine that does a similar thing in essence to what the Douglas bag system does. The main difference with the advancement of the metallizer unit is that we can measure the gas samples in real time. I'm now in another one of our performance laboratories at Worcester. I've just set up a jump mat so that I can demonstrate for you how we might measure performance for more explosive sports such as basketball, rugby, or any strength-based sports. I can stand onto the jump mat. My jump height here was recorded at 32.2 centimetres, and it also gives me the flight time. This very clever piece of equipment here is called a load angio. It can be used to test upper body power and other performance parameters, similar to a cycle ergometer for the upper body. Here you can see I've moved our Woodway self-propelled treadmill into the middle of the lab just to give you a quick demonstration of how it works. I can stand on the treadmill, and at my own determined speed I can begin to walk, and should I want to, I can also run. This machine here is a Humac Norm dynamometer. We can set a participant up and test for information such as the work done, the peak power and torque in pretty much any joint we should choose to investigate, such as the shoulders, the knee joint, the ankles. This has just been an overview of some of the tests that we can do here at Worcester. Many of the machines will test more than just some of the simple measures that I've mentioned today, but hopefully it gives you a taster for the types of things and the more common things that we do here, and the equipment that's available to you as an undergraduate student, and that will help you to learn about performance, health and exercise in whatever setting it is that you're interested in.
So, welcome to Tom Stafford. This is our Motion Performance Centre. This is where most of our biomechanics and performance analysis lectures will be. Let's take you through to our motion performance room.
Okay, here we go. Inside here is mostly used for sports, lectures and seminars. In terms of biomechanics, we use this room highly for that, where we do some motion capture and we're able to take HQ measurements. All along here, you'll see that there's loads and loads of cameras. These are responsible for taking the captures. And it's very exciting being in this room actually. When you're doing seminars, it's pretty fun. Okay then, well thank you for watching.
If you guys if you've answered any questions, that's great, but if you guys have got any questions from today, then please feel free to drop them in the chat box for a live chat, or feel free to come on the mic and have a chat to us. Thank you.
you.